I'm trying to bring frosted lips back. 90s, anybody? Yeah. Anyway, hey guys, it's me, Lindsay. I am back with another story time, and this one is quite a strange story. As you could tell by the title, this has to do with a YouTuber's brother. Story, I don't know how to start it. Oh my gosh. This story happened, like, I would say probably 4 to 6 months ago. Basically how the story starts is a friend of mine told me that she found the Twitter of a brother of a very famous YouTuber, a YouTuber who has over 1 million subscribers. He's well known. And I'm a fan of him, and my friends are fans of him, and I checked it out because I figured, why not? I'm just one of those people who, if I'm a fan of someone, I follow like their whole family. Like, I love Colleen Ballinger, and I love her sister Rachel and her brother, and I don't just follow them on Twitter, I follow their whole family, I follow their mom, I follow them all. I'm just that type of person who likes to follow the whole fam. So when my friend said that they found this YouTuber's brother, I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow them because that's just what I do. I followed him at night right before I went to bed, and the next morning I woke up to see that he had messaged me. I opened the message and immediately I was like, dick pic, his junk, his peen, his D. Nowadays, if someone sends me a random dick pic, I'm like, no, honey, you gotta go. I don't allow this random dick picture exposure. Not on my watch, not without my permission. Sorry, honey, you gotta go. But back then, I was a different person. In this situation, back then, I thought, well, he is the brother of a very famous YouTuber. I was kind of split. I was torn. I didn't know what to do because on one hand, I didn't want that picture. I didn't need that picture. I didn't ask for that picture. But on the other hand, he was the brother of a famous YouTuber, which is so shallow, and even I look back at myself and I'm like, Lindsay girl, what you doing? No, you gotta walk away from this situation. Don't be so shallow. But back then, woo, YouTuber's brother. I don't really know what I was thinking. Because I was so conflicted, I went to a group DM with a bunch of my friends that I was in, and I DM'd them a screenshot of the picture that he had sent me, and I was like, hey, this is so-and-so's brother, you know, the YouTuber, yeah, this is his brother. And I followed him and he sent me this picture and I don't know what to do. What should I do? They said that I should keep talking to him and go along with it because maybe if we like dated or whatever, I could get to know his brother. And I was like, no, I would never use someone like that. But they were like, just do it. Just do it. It'll be worth it in the end if it actually happens and you become friends with blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but that's like too shallow. Like, I'm not that shallow. I do not like to use people. So I was like, I don't know. Somehow they convinced me to go along with his messages because they were not quite convinced that he was the brother of said YouTuber, even though I knew he was and another friend of mine knew for a fact he was, and we had like proof or whatever. I told these other friends that proof. I told them like, no, we know that it's his brother because this, blah, blah, blah. He was in a vlog and it's the same guy, the same picture. But these other friends in this group DM did not believe me. They did not believe my facts, and they said, just go along with it. Try to get proof. Try to get solid proof. Try to get him to admit that he is this guy's brother. And I was like, what am I about to do? So I did a regrettable thing that I look back at and I'm like, oh, Lindsay, honey. And I decided to go along with this guy's messages. Yeah. I am not the type of person to, you know, sext. I'm not about it. But I did it. I started messaging this guy back and he was like, did you like the picture? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, really? And I was like, sure. Then he said, well, let me see a picture of you. And then I panicked because no, honey, I do not send nude pictures. I do not send nudes. I do not send naked pics. It's not who I am. So I went back to my friend's group DM, the other one, who had advised me to keep going along with him because they wanted proof, and I said, what do I do? And they said to just get a picture, a random picture from the internet that looks kind of realistic. So I did, and he believed me and he thought that it was me. He started to like talk dirty to me and he started saying all of these things, and at first it was just normal, like normal dirty talk, I guess. And then it got really weird and he was like, I want to marry you, baby. And I was like, what? I want to marry you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and I want to impregnate you with my babies and I want you to be the mother of my babies. And I was just like, I don't feel comfortable having your babies because I still think of myself as a baby. I went along with it because my friends told me to, which I shouldn't have. I should not have. I should not be so easily swayed by what people tell me to do, but I am, and so they told me to do it, and so I did it. And I kept going along with it and trying to get proof. He kept saying strange things like, I want you to be the mother of my babies, and I want to impregnate you with my sperm, and I want to marry you, and when we're married, all I want to do is bone you every hour of every day because you'd be mine and you'd be my property. But I kept talking to him and trying to change the subject, trying to get proof for my friends who were basically, essentially, strongly attempting to pressure me into it. So I kept doing it because God knows why. I changed the subject to pets and I was trying to see if he would say what the name of his pet was and maybe show me a picture of his pet. If the pet matched the name and description of the pet that was in this YouTuber's pet tag, that would be all the proof I needed and I could finally end this crazy fiasco. Turned out that it was the same dog and he sent me a picture of the dog and it was the same dog in the pet tag and the same name and the same everything. So I was like, okay, that's proof. That is all the proof that I need. So I went to my friends and I showed them the proof and they were like, oh no, that's not enough proof. We need hardcore proof. You gotta get him to admit it straight out of his mouth. And I was like, what? I felt so uncomfortable with this whole situation and my friends were pressuring me and this guy literally would not leave me alone. If I didn't respond back to him, he would be like, babe, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Where are you? Why aren't you responding to me? Babe, where are you? Babe, where are you? Come on, why aren't you responding to me? Do you not like me anymore? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you responding to me? Question mark, question mark, question mark, babe. And he would nonstop do that. There was so much stuff happening that I was having crazy anxiety, and it got to the point where I just couldn't handle it and I deactivated my entire Twitter account and I turned off my phone and I sat in my bed and I was just in tears. I just sat in bed crying thinking, how come my friends are using me like this? How come they won't listen to me when I say that I don't want to do this? How come they keep pressuring me into doing this? How come this guy refuses to have a normal conversation with me even though I've tried multiple times to have a normal human conversation and he keeps bringing back the whole sex thing? And I was just crying in bed and then I had this revelation that, you know what? I don't have to message this guy. The only reason I was doing it was because my friends were pressuring me to do it and I wanted to impress them. I'm not sure why, but I was literally only doing it for that reason and I decided to just end it. So after that little miniature meltdown, I turned back on my phone, I reactivated my Twitter account and I blocked the guy. My friends were slightly disappointed when I told them that no more, I was not letting them walk over me any longer. That was it, and I had had enough, and that's how the story ends. Looking back, if I was the person I am now, back then, I would have blocked him the second he sent me that picture because I think that that's kind of disrespectful to just send a girl a dick pic even if she didn't ask for it and she didn't show you any signs that she wanted one. But I was not the same person, and you'd be surprised how much a person can change after 4 to 6 months. And I am a much stronger, more independent person, and I don't let my friends walk over me as much, and I am still friends with those friends and they're perfectly fine friends, but I don't let them walk over me anymore, which is a good thing. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you'd like to give it a like, comment down below if you have ever received any dick pics that were uncalled for, that you did not want, and if you have any like stories that go along with them, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, because I would love to read some of your stories, because some of your stories are pretty dang interesting, and some of them are more interesting than my stories, so props to you guys. Subscribe to be notified the next time I make a video, and I'll see you cool cats the next time that I'll make a video. Bye! By the way, I am filming a Q&A for later this week, and if you want to possibly be featured in that and ask me a question for that, you can follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. They are not on that side, they're on this side. Oh my gosh, I just flipped the sides. They're down there. Down there. On Instagram, I posted a picture. You could just comment your questions down below, and on Twitter, the hashtag is #AskLinz, spelled like it is here. So if you want to take part in that, you can go follow me on those social medias and tweet me or Instagram me, whatever. Anyway, that's it. Bye!